So I just wanted, as part of my sort of ad hoc, when I fancy it, a series to take you through the manuscript 19525 Français de la BnF a little bit. It's one of my favourites. They never look as pretty when they're in black and white, and I've yet to find any colour images of this one online, and so that is a shame. They are. The BnF, Bibliothèque Nationale de France, are slowly sort of putting these online in colour, the ones that are in black and white, without deleting the original, i.e. this copy. So this is, first of all, at the top we can see when it's reckoned this manuscript was finished, so sort of 1230 to 1260. We can see this is the BnF Gallica summary, Vie de Saint Alexis. So that's their summary. It's not the title you will find, but it's accurate. I've read large chunks of this. Most of the stuff that's in it appears elsewhere. So this is not the oldest copy of La Vie de Saint Alexis, which the oldest copy is reckoned to be from about 1120, so this is about 100 years, which is this St Albans Psalter. So this is about 100 years older. So same with books. There are copies of Shakespeare still being printed now, and that's around 400 years old, or just slightly less. So if we just have a look, it's not just looking at what we've got all along here. There's not a lot of abbreviations. We can see et or a. So bons fut les siècles als temps ancienaux. Again, don't pay too much attention to the accent, to the actual pronunciation I'm using. It's just it's not meant to be accurate, it's to give you an idea. Car fais et justice et amour. So I don't pronounce a T, I interpret that as just an E. Et amour. Si et créance. Dunk or dunt. It's ambiguous. So you can see we have got the macron above the U for the N here. Nia nul pro. Tot est. So you need to know, that's what you need to know. Tot est. Tot est muets. Then there's a comma in here. Or you'd write it with a comma. So tot est muets. Perdu à sa couleur. So you can start also to see the pattern or, pro, completely different, or, jamais niet tel cum fut as anxiesos. So we've got an extra S there, so we've got like A, B, A. Altons Noé et altons Abraham. Et al David que tous amatent. Bons fut les siècles, jamais niet si vaillant. Viets est et frailust tot son ve déclinant. Anyway, the idea was not to read the whole thing out, but as you can see, it's quite easy to read. These little dashes over the eyes, they really help, because sometimes you get something that you're not sure if it is an I or it's part of another letter. An R, the R, especially in the middle of a word, sometimes just so niet we've got, so that's ambiguous as well, because it looks like viet, but niet, we would have an apostrophe transcribing it. So les siècles is like the world, the secular. So les siècles, the bons fut les siècles, the world was good. Jamais niet si violent. It was never as valiant. So niet, there's an apostrophe when you transcribe it here. So you can see in this instance the N is quite ambiguous. It looks more like a V, but Viet isn't a word. So if you compare that, this is the sort of difficulties you can face. If you compare that to that, there's a nice N here that's very clear. We've got a U nearby that's very clear. And this is a good example of how the dash over the I helps. So AMA, A-M-A, it looks a bit like A-I-N-A as well. But the I's, there'll be one missing somewhere, no doubt. We'll have these, it's called a tittle, and it's an exaggerated one compared to, we just do a dot, of course. A dot's more like that, but that's a less exaggerated one. Look at the length of that one, for example. That's really long. Whereas that one, cite, you can see that's another, again, it looks like cire, as in wax, doesn't it? But, si fut un cire de Rome la cite. Well, we know Rome is a city, don't we? So we can stop worrying about that. Oh, that looks, maybe it's an R. We know it isn't, because la cite, it has to be. Yeah, this one's not bad at all for ambiguities. That you get a lot worse stuff that's a lot less, like this one, et al Davi. Davi is David, as in the biblical one. The dot over there, because it looks like Dan. The dot over I, and then you're like, well, Dowie? What's Dowie? And then like, oh, Davy. But anyway, yes, I think I've made my point. Again, there's no limit to how long you could spend analysing this. This is one of my favourite manuscripts to read for its content. It's got some fairly short things that are, 5 folios, so 10 sides, recto and verso. Some stuff that's fairly short to read, and largely speaking, it's not too ambiguous either.